Hello, beautiful and beloved ones. This is Lorelei from the Tightrope to 5D Music Reactions, and welcome back. And if you wonder about that strange title, these days I'm bringing you a message about this historic shift from third dimensional consciousness to fifth dimensional consciousness for the entire planet, and I'm bringing it after about every other video. This is a message video, so stick around to the end. But first we're bringing you Vanny Fabiola Halo. Let's see what she gives us here.
Even make a sound. I found a way to let you in, but I never really had the time. Standing in the lake of your hello, I got my hands on now. It's like I've been waking. Every rule I had to break. It's the risk that I am taking. I ain't never gonna shoot you out.
Oh my goodness, wow. So already you can see, first of all, how beautiful she looks, right? She's just so beautiful. Her face is so beautiful. It's interesting, wearing these headpieces allows us to really see the beautiful face of the person, which a lot of times you don't always notice when a person's got all the frou-frou, the hairs and the hats and everything else. So she is so beautiful. And already she's given us such emotion coming into this, right? You can feel it already. I'm going to go back a little in just a minute. But don't forget, friends, that I have my member tiers, and those I'm furiously putting special videos in just for you. So go check out the video on that if you're interested. But let us go back a little.
I ain't never gonna shoot you out. Everyone I'm looking at, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see you, hello. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can feel you, hello. Ready, wanna fade away. Hello, to see you, hello. Hello, to see you, hello. Hello, to see you, hello. Hello.
She has such a beautiful sounding voice, right? It rings so clear and pure and free. And you hear all those echoey things. That's all done by her, is my understanding. You could put it in the comment and confirm that. But I believe, as I understand it, she does all the backup. So how beautiful is that? I mean, absolutely gorgeous. Let me know, though, in the comments. By the way, if you're enjoying this, give me a like. Give her a like later. It's in the notes. And subscribe. Let's go back a little and hear that again, where you hear her echoey thing. And that's her. That's her voice, as I understand it.
It's written all over your face. Baby, I can feel you, hello. Ready, wanna fade away. Hello, to see you, hello. Hello, to feel you, hello. Hello, to see you, hello. Hello. Hit me like a ray of sun, burning through my darkest night. You're the only one that I want. Think I'm addicted to your light. I saw I never fall again, but this don't even feel like falling. Prophecy can't forget to pull me back to the ground again. It's like I've been awakened. Every rule I had to break. It's the risk that I am taking. I am never gonna shoot you out. Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see you, hello. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can feel you, hello. Ready, wanna fade away.
Now, I don't ever like to compare, right, one artist to the next, because they all bring their own special something to it. And the one who originally did this, she brought a sort of a power to it. That this one is bringing something very different, which is, that like softness and beauty of love. Like you really get the love that she has for this one. It's not just words. It's like, there's that beautiful like experience of the emotion with her. That's what I'm feeling from her. And man, in its own way, I think just as good as the original. I would say some might say better, but man, really amazing, really wonderful. Let me give her a like. Let's go back a tad. And I love this fading sort of echoey sound. It's like an echoey sound. It's not, it's not like the full blast of the voice, and it's, echoey with the kind of echoey sort of faded images is so powerful. Let's go back a little. She just flitters up there in the higher realm like a butterfly, doesn't she? She can just fly up around in there. Oh my goodness. I'm going back, hear that again. Wow. It's a whole different song, isn't it? It's a whole different song. This, like the other one, is like a kind of a gritty version, right? And this is a flighty butterfly, love in the realm, angelic version. I could call it that. It's like an angelic version. Holy moly, it's a different song. And she did a great job, didn't she? Oh my goodness. Let's see. Let's put it on, let's go ahead and put it on my scale. 1 being very third dimensional, fear, pain, anger, suffering. 10 being very fifth dimensional, love, peace, joy, ease. This is really powerful, like seeing the goodness in another person. Many times they will say, if you see the goodness in another person, then the goodness sort of springs up in that person. I've heard that many, many times, many, many years in personal growth and development. And she clearly sees the beauty in the one that she loves. Now, the business about it being your saving grace, like you got to be saved from something, that's a little more third dimensional. It's a little more third dimensional to say that I hope it doesn't fade away, right? That's more third dimensional. But the whole tenor of the song has that angelic feel and that very high vibe of seeing the beauty in another person. And acknowledging the beauty in another person. Like that's really, really high vibe. So I'd say on a 1 to 10 scale, I would go with like an 8.75. Really beautiful job. And again, now remember, this is not about how well this one did it. If you want to say how well this one did it, then, probably off the chart there. But it's about how much it pulls you one way or the other direction. Now, if you're not interested in learning about fifth dimensional versus third dimensional, don't worry about the scale. Just ignore it. It has nothing to do with that. It just has to do with those who want to know what's the difference between the two. So beautifully done by Vanny Fabiola. So, so awesome. It really makes me feel good. I love it. Alrighty. Now, if you want to know a little bit about me, you can go to the About Me video here on this channel, which leads you, if you so desire, to a longer video about what I call my Forged in the Fire of 3D journey. And I learned a lot in those days, and I became a transformational coach and helped others and did it for myself, and also learned a lot about natural healing, healed my body from some various kind of severe things. So if you want to sort of know about some of the things I've created in those areas, you can go to the About Lorelei on Patreon, which is in the notes here. And by the way, on that site also, there's a way you can give me a donation if you so desire. There's also buy me a coffee here on the description. So that's always much appreciated. And thank you. If you want to show me a little love, I do appreciate it. Okay, beloved ones, let's get to the fifth dimensional message, which I'm throwing out the one I was going to do because this just inspired me. And what I want to talk about is the value of seeing the beauty in other people in terms of moving toward the fifth dimension. I'm just going to give you that message today because I think it applies here. What is the value of seeing the beauty in other people as we move to the fifth dimension? Well, I think I sort of hinted a little bit at this thing because I said that in personal growth, what we always came to understand is that if you see it, it begins to show up. Now, it's very much true, and I can tell you this over hundreds and hundreds of people that I've seen in a transformational process, like really shifting and changing their lives, that when you begin to see something differently, it shows up in the way that you see it better, more in the way that you see it. And that includes the people around you. It includes your life. It includes how you see and think about whether you're successful or not, or whether you're pretty or not, or whether you're smart or not, and also how you see your loved ones. When you first come in contact with someone that you love, do you ever notice you see their halo? You come, metaphorically speaking, right? We all have a halo. Let's just be very clear about that. We all have a beautiful light, a halo that people can see, whether they see it with their eyes here or whether they just feel it and intuit it. You ever see somebody walking down the street and they're just like a ball of sunshine? That's you seeing their halo, so to speak, okay? So we either see it with our physical eyes or we can see it with our third eye, the actual halo, depending on what color it could possibly be or whatever. We're talking about the aura as well, right? And we may feel it. We may feel it with just subconsciously we can feel it because the people that we see that sort of light in, if you're a person of light and a person of love, you're going to resonate with those people. You're just going to feel that, okay? So everybody has that sort of halo, that light within and without them. Some people, though, the light is kind of dim because of their experiences in life. And those are the people that maybe they're in a negative space all the time and we're kind of avoiding. But even they have a halo, so to speak. They have an aura. They have their divine light within them. Even if it's just not really very bright, it's still there. So I was saying, did you ever notice then when you start to get to know a person, a love interest, for instance, you really see that. You see their beauty. You see their goodness. You see their halo. Whether you name it a halo or not, you see them like, oh, this person is so wonderful. This person is so cuddly and sweet and smart and nice and all blah, 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 whatever it is you say about that person. Like you totally see their goodness. You totally see his or her beauty. And then, you get into a relationship and time goes on. And after a while, they don't put the cover on the toothpaste or they have stinky feet or they say annoying things or sometimes they criticize you or whatever they do. They don't wipe their feet coming into the house. All these little sort of annoying to you ways, right, that person has. And what happens is we begin to see less and less and less and less the beauty in that person. And what's always inevitably coming with the seeing less and less and less of the beauty in that person is we feeling less and less and less and less of the love. When we start to see less and less of the beauty in the person, we start to feel less and less of the love. You see, seeing the beauty comes hand in hand, or goodness, or halo, as she says, it kind of juxtaposes, it comes hand in hand with feeling the love. Those two can't be separated. It's very hard to see someone, I'll say, for instance, in my marriage, in the beginning, like I said, we were cuddly as you can even imagine, lovey-dovey, cuddly, the most cuddly, lovey-dovey. And as time went on and alcoholism started to set in on his end, I started to see him less and less. And guess what happened? The feeling of love, the feeling of cuddliness totally went away after a while. I just didn't have it anymore. And now and then it would come in again when he'd do something particularly sweet and wonderful. And I say, like, pull me back into the trap, I used to say in the days. But still, he would do something sweet and wonderful, and then it would come in again, cuddly and lovey. But then, again, other things would happen, and it would go away again. So my seeing of him, that whether I felt the love or not, was also very much connected with my seeing of him and how I was looking at him, with what eyes I was viewing him. Now, obviously, people also have their own personality. So it can be very hard to view a person with those cuddly, lovey eyes when there's other things going on that aren't really that nice. And that one over there is also not viewing you with those cuddly, lovey eyes either, right? So that's all going on in the third dimensional reality. But how we'll know we're moving up, how we'll know we're getting closer to the higher dimensions, is we will each begin to see each other, all of us, as our greatness, as our beauty, as our wonderfulness, even our friends I'm talking about. And we'll stop seeing the crud, and we'll start seeing the wonderful halo of each different person. When we do that, we're going to know that we're really on that path. We're getting on the path to the higher dimensions. And all that other stuff is going to start to fade away. You see, whatever we put our focus on is what is actually showing up in our worlds. That's just like a law of the universe. It's part of the law of attraction. What we put our focus on will show up more and more and more and more. So as I'm walking around on my walk, I like to put my focus on the flowers and the budding sunshine and the leaves coming on the trees now with the spring, instead of the trash all over the ground, That will help it to come forth more and more and more, the beauty in my world. So our vision, it's you can't really separate the vision of what you see outside of you and inside of you too from what actually shows up. Those two are juxtaposed, they're together. They just, you can't separate them. So the one thing we can do now to kind of get on a little more on the path is we can start to look with those new eyes. We can look at our loved ones that we've kind of gotten to looking with some old eyes, some old ways of looking at them. We can start to look again with new eyes. We can start to remember, oh, what a beautiful heart this one has, how giving this one is, how happy-go-lucky this one is, how all the good things, smart this one is, how pretty this one is. We can start to see that again, and that will help us to uplift ourselves on our journey to the higher dimensions. Okay, so that's my message for you today, beloved ones. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and send you that wonderful fifth dimensional energy, the love, the peace, the joy, the bliss, and the brand new eyes with which to see the world around you, including all the people out there. Here it comes. Namaste. I honor the God in you.